What's good? What's good? Hold on for a second. All right. I had to get a little situated over there. All right. This is Mr. P, Mr. QB, the one and only P. All right. Mr. Sports, rather it's NFL, NBA, boxing news, golf, all sports. Speaking of golf, I was fucking watching that Tiger Woods, performing in the Masters after that car crash. You gotta give him props for still going at it. He said it's still Lakers for life. Hey man, it should be, right? Yeah, he's gonna opt in, man. It's $47 million. Why would he not? You'd be a fool not to opt in. But according to Magic Johnson, the Lakers are going to come back with that big three. So whether you like it or not, they're gonna have to find some way to work together again and learn how to play together again. Because that big three ain't going nowhere apparently. Now, Magic Johnson hasn't always been a guy to always be honest and tell the honest truth. Sometimes he makes predictions that don't come true. But um, according to him, they're coming back. Now, if they don't, then that proves that he was wrong. You know, um, so the only thing that's not going to return is the role players, is what he says. So I believe Melo probably a suit up. He'll go to the Knicks probably and just play for like a last season, just for the love of the game or something stupid like that, you know, and things like that. I don't know if AD needs to lose weight. AD needs to get some muscles in his legs. Okay, his legs is what's failing him all the time. Most of his injuries is in his legs. So get some more power in your legs. Get rid of those glass knees if you can, and get back into shape. That's the problem with Anthony Davis. You know, that's what he needs to do. Now I know playoff time is coming. You know, and it's a shame that I still have to cover some of this news, some of this Laker news, and they're not even going to the playoffs. We better not be talking about the Lakers come playoff time. I'm gonna try my best. You got my word. I'm gonna try my best not to talk about them because there's too many stuff going on. There's too many great players playing to be just talking about the Lakers. And completely unfair. You know, by those terms. But yeah, man. As you can see, I'm live. Come get this work. You know, I'm gonna always come up with that motto because every time I go into my comment section, I get some form of a keyboard warrior saying I'm this, saying I'm that, but they never show up when they need to show up, you know, or when they say they're going to pull up, they never pull up. It's just all talk, you know. I'm this, I'm that. But what are you if you claim I'm this and that, but you still watch it? That don't make no sense to me. I never understood that. That's the problem with YouTube. You got people promoting beef so much. Outside of sports, when it comes to my YouTube, I don't watch sports YouTubers. I watch other guys in different genres, whether it's politics, movies, video games. I watch them in those fields. And believe me, some of those categories is just as toxic. When I make other channels, it'd be dedicated towards that. I have a channel towards sport, not towards politics and entertainment. So therefore, it's good to get the word out and see what's going on in the streets, especially in the politic world, you know, and see how the community is. Just a little taste of how the community is. I already know the sports community is toxic. Half of it is just clout chasing and looking to promote beefs. That's why I don't know most of these cats. I don't talk to most of these cats. And you can't even put me in the same sentence with none of these dudes. Because I didn't see, then that's your problem. No, but it's not my job to go out and babysit and chase you all around. That's the problem with people on YouTube. Oh yeah, I want the smoke. You better come here. Oh no no no, go over there. Wednesday 5 o'clock. Dog, I'm a man. I got things to do. This is my fucking channel. So if I say I don't want, or I'm busy, it is what it is. You know. Ooh yeah, I know. Damn. And Triple G fought yesterday, and he wants a trilogy with Canelo. I watched that fight last night. Triple G beat that Japanese fighter. Man, he was in that fight. Triple G still looked a little wobbled. He looked like he couldn't take a hit. You know, he still looked out of shape. I think Canelo will bust his ass. If you ask me, Canelo's bigger, stronger. He's more, um, he's more polished as a boxer right now. Triple G don't want that spoke with Canelo, and I don't think I want to see a Canelo versus Triple G part three. I don't want to see it. I really don't want to see that. You know, so yeah. But like I was saying, some of these people that do politics on YouTube, these people are toxic, man. All they do is argue and fight with each other and claim that they're gonna pull up, they're gonna fight with each other. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing anyway. Y'all just promoting fake beef. None of y'all ain't gonna do jack shit. Y'all ain't gonna meet each other nowhere. Y'all ain't going no place. So if we ain't doing no place, then bro, what are we doing? Yeah, he is past his prime. Canelo, man, Canelo may knock Triple G out this time. You know, so being the guy that where I come from the project, so we don't indulge in fake beefs. If it's a real beef, then let me know. But if it's not, yeah, I mean, what are you talking about here? Like Cameron said, let me know. You want a war? Let me know. You want cracks? Let me know. Oh, you sell run? You want a war? Yo, y'all can need to listen to that song, Cameron. Shout out to MC Shan. He was on Drink Champs with Noriega. Noriega is my man. He go way back. Noriega used to be in Queensbridge a lot. He from Left Rack City, Queens, which is about 15 minutes away from Queensbridge. He used to pull up in the hood all the time, you know. And MC Shan, man, he used to buy me stuff as a kid, you know, like when I mean buy stuff, I mean like drinks, chocolate chip cookies when I was just a youngin, you know, you know, what's up, young buck? Take me to the store, shit like that. When he was a man on the block, OGs that you look up to in the hood. So shout out to MC Shan, man. That's my boy right there, man. Shout out to Cormega. Shout out to Nature. Shout out to Ron Artest. Shout out to Nasty Nas. You know, shout out to all the brave hearts. Man, do you understand how deep we are? Shout out to CNN, Capone Noriega, Bars and Hooks, Infamous Mob, all of that, you know, all of that, man. And it was good to see MC Shan, you know, looking healthy, man, because dude had health problems. He used to, spoke that ish, and it is what it is, man. But I don't even want to elaborate on that because I don't want to try to assassinate that man's character. He's actually a childhood friend of mine, when I was coming up. So I don't want to look, I'm not going to say that stuff about him because, if it wasn't for MC Shan, a lot of us won't be repping the bridge like that. He put QB on the map. Before there was Nas, there was MC Shan. You better believe it. You know what I'm saying? You better believe it. Before there was Nas. And Nas is better than Tupac, better than Biggie, better than all of them. QBC. You know how we do. I'm Queensbridge cats. You know how we do. We walk in the door, everybody pay attention. Salute. Salute, Chi-Town. What's up? Chicago in the building. You know, Gazelle, the Eagles Dipset. Yeah, I don't like Dipset that much, man. You seen how they got annihilated by the locks. I'm not really into Dipset like that. They got a couple commercial tracks. I like early Cameron when he did the SDE album. Let me know. That's what I was just talking about. But Yeah, man. These people on YouTube is fucking crazy. They really are crazy, man. You know, some of them reach out to me, tell me it's politics. You know, I go to their platform, and then when I go to their platform, it's just a bunch of bullshit. Why did you invite me to this nonsense? What the F is going on here? You know, but that's the problem with sports YouTube. You can't talk about anybody, you can't criticize anybody, and everybody takes it as hate. You know, it is what it is, though, man. I'm not gonna stop my takes. I ain't going nowhere. You know, you're just gonna have to put up with it. If you don't like it, then go and watch somebody else that could slur. You know, this is not what I do over here. You know, I don't move like that. You know, and I even went as far to say I don't even want to be mentioned in the category of people that always say, "Hey, I'm not biased. I tell it like it is." Those are the biggest hypocrites. If somebody keep telling you they not biased, they really are biased, and they're trying to cover that shit up because they, they are biased. So you don't want to be aligned with people like that because technically speaking, if you just want to be technical about it, if you're a human, blood flows through your veins. You are biased about something or someone. Okay, it doesn't necessarily have to be sports, but everybody is biased. Some people are biased at everything. Some people are biased at one or two things. If I say Queensbridge is the greatest city in the world, that's a biased statement. There's acceptable bias. If I say my mom is the greatest mom, that's a bias. You know, or my wife cooks the best lasagna. That's bias. Because you're putting that above and beyond over everything. We're not giving anything else a chance to even be number one. That's bias. But everybody is biased to a certain extent. Whether you like it or not, it is what it is. Everybody is biased. It don't have to be in sports. So before you get your feathers rattled and say, "Oh, I'm not biased," you may not be biased in sports, but bias is a personal attachment. Okay, bias only comes when you have a personal dang against something. Like if you talk about Queensbridge, you disrespect my hood. I'm actually biased towards that because it's my neighborhood. It's a personal thing. You understand where I'm coming from? Some people have personal attachments to a superstar, a sports athlete, and that's when the bias comes in, aka fanboys. You know, um, yeah, I know about Vince Staples. I met Vince Staples in Long Beach. Remember, I live in California. Only rapper I haven't met in California was Kendrick Lamar and Dre and stuff like that. But Schoolboy Q, The Game, Vince Staples. I met a lot of these guys. They're just out and about in LA. I seen Game a bunch of times. You know, Game is always out on the block. You know, so I seen Nipsey Hussle before he passed. So I saw a lot of dudes.
What's going on, bro?
What's good, man?
I see, man. I just saw you on live online. It was a good night in New York, so I might as well hit you up, man.
Word, son.
So I'll be cooking the Lakers again, man.
Now a little something. Magic Johnson just said the Lakers' big three are coming back, so
Yeah,
we
we
go.
heard that before, right? Right, Prince?
Yeah, yeah. So basically, we're gonna have to hold them to that same standard if they coming back with that.
Remember,
Now,
remember LeBron in 2021, the storm is coming. Remember that?
oh yeah, I mean this is the problem. He always run his mouth and say this is coming, that is coming, and never do it. If I'm LeBron, I would just be quiet and play basketball.
Yeah,
Never
that's the
say
difference
nothing.
between him and Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
Jordan never
because
ran his mouth. He just went out and just destroyed you.
yeah, he just went out and played. And
Yeah.
if he did lost, he wasn't out there complaining about it. He said, you know what, I'm gonna come back better. He just went to the
He
gym
always
and
went
worked
to,
out.
yeah, you know what he does. Go to the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I'm in
see
school.
another super team where they're gonna trade that whole squad, get a bunch of young players.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
let's
he
see if
cool.
LeBron's gonna build him up because he's gonna be 38 years old.
Oh yeah. Schoolboy Q is cool peoples, man. I
Yo,
met him
what's
in
up?
South Central. I met a
Yeah.
lot of rappers in LA, you know. So
Man, are you
I had to
speaking of
represent
hip
New
hop,
York.
right? Yeah, hip hop fell off, bro. I don't listen to mainstream rap music no more, man.
Me neither, but I mean,
I'm more
you
like
do.
I'm more like you mentioned before. As listen, you mentioned Nas and all of that. I'm from New York too, so I was
Yeah.
born in Queens, but I'm more like the classic hip hop stuff, like Nas and Wu Tang and all
Mob
that
Deep,
other stuff.
Oh yeah, no question. Where in New
Mob
York?
Deep.
Yeah, just
Where in
like
New
like
York?
hip hop. Period. Ice Cube, Snoop,
Where yo Jay?
Wu Tang.
Where in
Yeah,
New York are you from?
huh?
Where in New York are you from?
Brooklyn.
Oh, okay, BK.
Yeah.
All right, all right. I mean, I know some people's in BK. I got some family in Brownsville,
Well,
stuff like that.
Uncle Murder.
Nah. I never met Uncle Murder. He from East New York though. That's East New York.
Uncle Murder, bro.
That boy wild, man. That boy wild. But yo, Shy Town, that big three is coming back. They're only gonna have to get different role players. I don't think Melo or Dwight Howard be on it. Remember, Carmelo Anthony said, if we fail, put the blame on us. We suspect a championship, nothing less than the championship. That's what Carmelo Anthony said
Wait, no,
before the season.
I don't think Westbrook's coming back. There's no way.
You don't think he coming back? I don't
I
think
think
LeBron's
I
he
gonna
kind of
trade
believe
him.
that time because Westbrook was getting fed up how people kept calling him Westbrook. He was getting really sensitive and pissed off
And I think
yeah.
they're gonna definitely try to trade him. And then
because
on
he
top
got
of that,
annoyed with that shit. That's probably another reason why he probably stopped playing defense and started doing things because people kept making fun of him.
Yeah.
But
on
you
top
know
of
how
that, I think
sensitive these guys are nowadays.
It's gonna be hard though. It's gonna be hard to get rid of Russell Westbrook. He gonna take that money. He ain't gonna leave that money on the table, especially with now. And part of his basketball regimen been
Man, the
tarnished.
most paid I've ever seen in this generation, 100 something million, bro.
You're a
These guys
superstar
can't play
player.
no damn good basketball.
If you're a superstar player, don't play with LeBron. Okay,
Oh, I know
your
Kawhi ain't doing it. I know
yeah,
KD ain't doing it.
your reputation is gonna get tarnished, and
Oh yeah.
you may not get that much money back or get a big contract afterwards. But I guarantee you, wherever Westbrook goes, I bet you he played better than what he played on the Lakers. I bet you. Watch,
well,
you're
it's
gonna be
funny.
like,
It's
oh
funny
shit.
because he's made the
Go ahead.
playoffs every year until he joined LeBron.
Yeah,
When him and KD went separate ways, then he made playoffs every year. In 2016, with that roster, he made it, which they weren't even expected to make it. He made it with the Wizards, and then what happened when he was off the Wizards? They didn't make playoffs.
right.
And
He
look how
played.
good the Wizards are.
That's what I'm saying though. He got his reputation as a basketball player got tarnished so bad. It's because the media don't blame LeBron. It's always everybody else's fault. But when
And,
you have
and
Yes, it's Cleveland.
I knew from the beginning this was never gonna fit. You have a bunch of old dudes, and then you
It's
got
like
oh yeah,
Cleveland
Anthony
when he
Davis,
was in his
who's always
prime. It
injured.
was it was Cleveland's fault, not LeBron. That's what we had to do about him.
word.
No, and then you got
Right. Shout
Anthony
out to
Davis,
KD,
who's
Jersey
always
King.
injured all the time. Like,
KD
come
close to
on,
the
you're
middle.
27 years old.
Yeah, I told you they
But
would have survived in the '90s and '80s, man. They would have got destroyed.
I think if you put some role players around them, like how they used to have with Caruso and all those guys, they made a big mistake letting Caruso go.
yeah, they made a mistake by letting all. But that's just listening to LeBron. You know, they had a chance to get better players, but LeBron wanted Russell
No,
Westbrook.
Caruso was a good defender too. He was one of the
Yeah,
only players on the team that played defense. You got KCP, who was good. You traded all those guys for what, Westbrook?
yeah, but he wanted Westbrook because Westbrook was Westbrook. He's an all-star, so that's why he wanted him. You know, so I don't know who this dude is, but I'm gonna let him in. Some guy named
Hey, Magic Johnson can say all of that, but let's see. All talk right now.
Word. Who's that? Who's this? Yo.
Yeah, LeBron James.
All right, let me just click this dude out. Man. This is when this is the problem with YouTube, man. You just get all these clowns. You know how many keyboard warriors say they want spoke with me, and then when I say, okay, boom, come get this work, I go on live. They nowhere to be found.
You know what it is,
Like
When
B
you
Zach,
Prince? It's like you're
I never
battle
seen
rapping
Zach.
right now. It's like you're battle rapping. He's like, okay, let's go. Get on the microphone.
yeah,
How come I never see Zach on here?
Oh, he don't want to
I
take. He don't want to.
I see, I see Zach in the comments, but I never see him on the live streams.
well, I
Guess he
mean,
probably
Zach,
think we're gonna gang up on him because we're anti LeBron James.
No, it's not even that. That's an excuse. That's for excuse for a lot of people that don't want to debate. Because if you want to debate with somebody, I'm telling you, I would. It just be me and you. Everybody else is just going to the comment
And then
section.
there's other dude I see in the comment too named Blue Bolt. Who's that guy Blue Bolt? He's always talking on here.
Man, just another LeBron slurper, man. You know, just another guy that don't want no smoke, that just don't want to come. You know, but hey, man, if I'm constantly on your mind, then that's your, you know, because look, half of these dudes claim that you're this and that, but then the next thing they do, they all up in your videos, they all up in your comment section, but don't do nothing when the time comes. You know,
Hey,
you
do
going
do
through
what you. I told you guys. Do like you see a versus battle. You see all of them going out in the versus battle on the stage.
it.
Looks like we saw Big Daddy King versus Karis One. That was a good one, by the way.
Oh
Get
yeah,
on the stage if you say he's better.
yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, it's the same
You know
thing
what's
with
funny
Game
that you
and
mentioned that, Prince?
Game called
You remember
Eminem
how
out.
like Jay-Z said he feels that nobody could touch him? Jay-Z talking about he don't feel like he could do a versus battle because he could smoke everybody.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, but
that.
that's a cap though. I mean, there's a lot of guys that could do a verse battle with you, man. You just
Oh
don't
yeah,
want to
with
do it.
Jay. Oh yeah,
You know,
Nas
he
was
got
one of them. Nas ether his ass.
yeah, he got a big head and you know his ego getting the best of him.
Ego, yeah, ego, yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
You know,
Or
I
you
don't
gonna see
let
like
young
Kanye West will get on Instagram and start talking tough and acting tough. Like this is how hip hop was.
yeah,
I'm 38 years old. I remember growing up in the 90s. They'll roll up on you, or they'll battle rap you on the streets, or they will throw down, or take it on the
yeah,
streets.
oh yeah. You know,
Now this,
Zach is cool.
going on the internet talking
Me,
about I'm
me
this,
and Zach
I'm
have
that.
me and Zach have good me and Zach have good debates. We cool. But I'm talking about the keyboard warriors, the dudes that always talking shit but don't do nothing. It's
Well,
not
that's
like
what
I'm
happened
hiding
in
in the
the
country from nobody. I'm right here. And then you know how they switch the criteria? Well, come to this channel, come to that channel. Why the fuck do I need to go somewhere else and chase you around for a debate? When I got my own platform, bring your ass here. You're the one that said you wanted smoke, so it's your job to come to me.
Now, Prince, you know what it is? It's like politics, man. It's like you see,
Yeah, it's
it's
definitely
like watching
politics.
how what's the Donald Trump will get on social media and start talking mad smack.
Word. What's up,
Like,
Zach?
What up?
This is not the Zach from the comment section, by the way. This is a different Zach. We have two
y-
Zachs. What's up?
yeah,
What's
I
up, Zach?
figured.
Wait, this is not the same Zach.
There's two. The
It's true.
the
Oh,
The one that claimed that we
other
hate
Zach
LeBron so
can't
much.
comment. Yeah. What's up, Z?
What's up?
What's up,
Now we
man?
talking basketball. How you gonna hate another player? We just talking like critiquing their game.
Man, fuck this. Fuck.
You can't you can't critique their game. We supposed to sit there and talk about okay, we hating.
So, man, you're not a believer in Russell Westbrook next season?
Nah, I hate him. I've hated him for like 10 years.
Oh, okay. I mean, I do think he'll do better if he go on another team. But
You
if
know
it's
the Rockets. The
put some
Rockets
money on it.
offered him
I'm
some
gonna put
picks
some
for
money
him.
on
I
it.
don't
If
know.
Westbrook gets traded, I bet that team that he goes to, they're gonna make the playoffs.
I probably right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they were
So no
playing
doubt.
better without LeBron for only a few games. And you look at a few
hey,
games where
Prince, you know
people
what?
got down.
What my friend just said about LeBron? His next
What?
super team. You know what his next super team is? The Rams.
The Rams?
Hey man, he ready got the whole internet and sports media going crazy about him linking up with Steph Curry.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, man. So
And you got Nick
man,
Wright, of course, and everyone else trying to defend him.
man, if LeBron played with Steph Curry legacy would get tarnished.
Oh yes,
And
it's a fact.
people are sitting there saying, "Well, you're not a winner until LeBron came here. You wasn't gonna ever win again until LeBron
But
got
he
here."
won. They can't get around it. Steph Curry already won championships, MVPs. He broke
Yeah.
records and all of that. And link up with the Hall of Famer All-Star like Steph Curry to win more championships, and then we supposed to sit back and say, "Hey, you're the greatest that we ever seen. You're so competitive."
Yeah. So yeah, yo, all right, this is a different Zach. Everybody always think Zach, you probably just gonna have to when you come in here, you probably just put Z or something because everybody thinks you the Zach that's in the comment section. I keep telling people this guy is, international. He's from another country. He's not even US. So,
Yeah, I don't know who the other guy.
yeah, the other Zach is from well, he currently lives in Florida, so he's repping Florida right now, but he's originally from Maine. So this
Oh,
is
And
okay.
Zach.
he likes LeBron, right?
Yeah, he likes LeBron. I mean, he's a cool guy.
But he's assumed that we have some type of vendetta, hatred towards
I
LeBron,
think
which is not
the
true.
troll. I think he's a troll. Some of the stuff he says, like Jordan would beat DeMar DeRozan if he played today, or some other stuff he says. A
Yeah,
lot
I
of
don't
it
know why he
comes.
got against Jordan because look, I mean, almost every player has Jordan number one, including LeBron. LeBron looked up to Michael Jordan growing up.
Well, no, LeBron said he's a goat.
I mean, I'm just saying.
That's another
I'm
fact.
just saying when LeBron came into the league.
Can't say you the GOAT. The people have to say you the GOAT. All right?
And LeBron, I say he was the GOAT until he was talking about the 3-1 with the Golden State. I made him feel like he was the GOAT.
Are the Nets in the play-in tournament?
The Nets?
Yeah, the play
Yeah.
is what? It's like 2 more days, right? A day from now. I know the Clippers play what? Minnesota. That's on TNT. So if y'all want to watch that playing game, that takes place.
Oh, Minnesota, man.
Clippers
Minnesota's pretty good. They're pretty good.
so the Clippers went half the whole season with no All Stars, and yet they're about to go to the playoffs, perhaps. Isn't that crazy? The Clippers been a better team than the Lakers with no All Stars on their roster, really, playing this whole season. That's nuts.
Wait, say that again?
I think it's
Sorry, I
gonna be
didn't get it.
Suns and Bucks.
Suns and Bucks. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But yeah. I was
Hey,
saying-
what
I
do you
was
think
saying
if
the Clippers have to make-
if the Nets won't get it done? How does that affect? Do you think that affects KD's legacy in a negative way?
And then if the Nets lose,
Yeah, it's always going to affect his legacy if he's a championship contender. We have to keep that same energy. He was another guy that's predicted to go to the finals. So when you
yep,
have
it was Nets and Lakers.
yeah.
Because honestly, they could lose in the first round if they play the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah,
I
that'd
don't
be
think they're
bad.
taking up the Milwaukee Bucks that easily.
That'd be bad for a guy that's so-called the best player.
Here's
in the league.
LeBron
And
needs a
he's playing with a sidekick. He got his sidekick already. I mean,
No.
they should have no
If LeBron can win with Kyrie, Durant has to win.
exactly. I mean, like LeBron won it with two other All-Stars. In this case, for Kevin Durant, all you need to do is win it with Kyrie and the role players that you get. But you
Well, I
still
mean,
got
Kevin
more-
Love, I don't consider him.
Kevin Love was an All-Star. He was. He definitely was. There's a
I
reason.
mean,
why
come on,
LeBron-
seriously, guys, the Cavaliers won championship. They want to talk about how many times went to the finals. We got one ring with Cleveland. Whoop-dee.
He said, "Whoopsie."
Wow. God, 10 times in the finals, and he went back to Cleveland. He got one championship, but somehow,
Forget that. You know, some people say that.
Going to the media.
You know, he says that bubble ring he won was the hardest championship ever won.
And yo, Kevin Durant, he got to win. He got to prove he can win without Steph Curry. You got to do it.
I mean, he has no excuse. He has Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There should be no excuses. He should be able
Even if another hit on Kyrie's legacy too, because if Kyrie doesn't win a championship, the narrative is going to be he can't win without LeBron.
Yeah. I mean, so they got some work.
Actually, Davis was saying the reason the Lakers lost was because of injuries.
Because of what?
Injuries.
I mean,
Oh.
everyone's injured.
Everybody else is injured, and they made it to the play-in tournament and the playoffs, so they can't use it as an excuse.
The Clippers in the play-in tournament with no All-Star.
You got multiple players and other teams making it to a play-in tournament playoffs with injured players. And they beat them in the season two without their main all-star.
Even without AD, they still should be making the playoffs. You still have
You have other teams making it, and they also had injured players.
That's no excuse. I mean, and a lot of these games they lost, that was on them. They lost some close games. They couldn't.
Or getting blown out, or they get blown out in multiple games.
Bro, they blow 20-point leads. I mean, like, that's on you.
Or they lost to Houston, they had a 17 minus.
Yeah, They lost to the Pelicans. They had a 23-point lead on the Pelicans. And
When they lost to Sacramento several times, we could go on and on.
oh yeah, that's what it is.
Lost to the Clippers.
Chi-Town, what you see for the Bulls though?
It depends who we play. If we play Boston, I think they have a chance. But if they play Milwaukee, there is no chance they win that. I think Boston, they have a fair chance because Boston doesn't have a real center. But if they play Milwaukee, that series is a wrap.
Hey, you know who's a dark horse? Memphis.
I think Memphis is too young right now. They don't have the experience to get there.
They
I
got
think
some
my
good
my
defense.
3 teams to win it all. I have Milwaukee, I think, and then Brooklyn, and then I think it's the Suns. Those are the
What
3
about the
teams that could
Sixers?
even. No, there's no chance they win with James Harden.
You saw what happened when James Harden tried with the Brooklyn Nets without Kyrie Irving and KD. He couldn't even carry the whole team.
He's the most I think he's the biggest disgrace to the game of basketball. I
Oh,
think
he
he's the
was
biggest
overhyped
disgrace in
too.
the
Remember
game.
how he was overhyped since Houston? The
Yeah.
media, they overhyped it. James Harden since he was in Houston.
Like how do you miss that game 7 against the Warriors? How do you miss 27 threes?
That's all he has to his game. Just threes. Good old
And
threes.
then that one year,
Nothing but threes.
remember that one year KD was injured? You had game 5 and game 6 to win, and you still couldn't win when KD's out.
Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah.
he's probably one of the biggest chokers in NBA
It's
history.
funny too because he beat the Lakers with the Nets without both of these guys in the season.
Well, that's regular season. I'm talking about when the games that matter, the playoffs.
Oh, in
That's
playoffs? Oh yeah, he always chokes. Oh, I already know that. He always chokes.
It's crazy. Harden's played with everyone: Chris Paul, Westbrook, Durant, Kyrie. He still
I
can't
think the
win.
2 players that will never win the championship.
RIP to the quarterback that passed away, 24 years old.
Oh, Dwayne Haskins, yeah.
And then James Harden made it to the 75 list. I don't get it, man.
Hey, you know when I like the Sixers when they got Jimmy Butler, Harris, Embiid, Simmons. That was a good team.
Yeah, Dwayne Haskins, he got hit. I think apparently he ran out of gas, so he went to go get gas on the highway, and he got hit by a truck.
Oh, that's dangerous, man.
Oh wow.
And did you hear what Scheffner said about? Adam Scheffner, the guy had some balls. He basically indirectly called him a bust.
Wow.
So before he reported, he says Dwayne Haskins, the man who struggled with Washington and the Pittsburgh Steelers, has passed away. I don't know why he had to bring that up.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Just bring out, and then there's one dude, a Dallas Cowboys Hall of Famer, I think he's 90 years old. He basically said that he deserved what happened to him because he didn't go to college.
What? How you gonna make a remark?
He said that he left
That's not
college
his
too
truth.
early. He basically said he left college too early, and that's why he's dead. Some of these guys in the media, man.
I mean, wow. I mean, you can't do nothing because if you slap this dude, you might press charges.
Word.
Wait, Prince, what were you saying?
Now, if I said if you slap this guy for making this comment, some crazy comment like that, he might press charges. But you know how they are. You got to protect their image.
That's dumb to say, though, man. You don't say nothing like that, especially after a person passed away. Then conversation over because they're not around to defend themselves. You got to fall back once a person passed away.
Well, Prince, look what all the horrible stuff said about Kobe.
Yeah, that was dumb too because he's not here to defend himself. Because you probably wouldn't be saying that if he was around because he probably would check you.
Mm-hmm. I saw a clip when he cursed out ESPN when ESPN, I think years ago, tried some dumb shit trying to put him in the 40th list of greatest of all time or some shit like that. It was an old clip I saw.
Oh yeah.
And he called him out.
That's crazy. But yeah, man.
Well, the thing with Kobe was they kept bringing up the rape case.
Yeah, that and the other him downplaying his skill set too.
Oh yeah. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, but the Suns, I think the Suns played today, right?
No, I don't think. Did the Suns play today? I don't know.
No, I don't think so. They clinched up. They clinched up.
Well,
Go ahead.
Kid Trunks got Russell Wilson. He got Russell Wilson above a lot of players. I wanted to see if he got Russell Wilson above John Elway, Dan Marino. I mean, I forget.
Wait, all time or is he talking about current players?
all time.
No way.
Oh,
Russell Wilson not even top 10.
No, okay. Well, you got Russell Wilson over John Elway?
No, I don't got him in the top 10.
Oh,
All time. Maybe current players, yes. All time, no way.
okay.
Yeah, the same thing we did with James Hunt.
He ain't better than Peyton Manning neither, right? So I mean,
He's not better
I
than
got
Dan
Peyton
Marino.
Manning.
He's not better than Johnny Unitas. I could name a bunch of QBs.
Oh yeah, the QB.
He's better than
Word. You know, football started in 1920. It's even older than the NBA because the NBA came out in the 50s, basically.
But you see the colors, man. Black and white.
Do you think Russell Wilson's better than Eli Manning?
Eli Manning?
Yeah. Eli Manning got 2 Super Bowls. He beat Tom Brady twice. Remember that?
I was just about to say that.
I know he was Tom Brady's kryptonite. I remember.
Yeah, and they won't say he's the GOAT. Well, but you got beat by Eli Manning twice.
He's not better than his brother, Peyton Manning.
Well, yeah, no, I'm talking about him and Russell Wilson. Would you take him or Russell Wilson?
Ooh, that's a good question, man. You know,
I have to go with Eli Manning. He beat Brady twice. Russell Wilson couldn't do that once.
You see what I'm saying? Well, you saw that. That's the worst is that he beat him twice. He could take that claim as being the GOAT if he wanted to.
I mean, he didn't have good regular seasons.
You forget to mention Joe Montana. I mean,
he's definitely top 2, top 3 QB of all
Yeah,
time.
it's that 4-0.
Dan Marino is another one too. He never won a championship, but he had he had poor teams, but I think he's the top 3 QB all time. Just look at his throws, man. Just look at go watch the film. Like no one could throw like he does. I think he was the best thrower of the ball.
Okay, so who was the best football player of the 90s for you? Let's go down the gauntlet. Who's the best in the 90s?
I liked it, Barry Sanders.
For what QB? What positions are we talking about though? I don't like.
Just in general.
I don't like doing that though. For football, you have to do positions.
You do positions. If you're gonna do positions, I'm going with Jerry Rice.
I was just about to mention him too.
I mean, you could mention Steve. I'd take probably Dan Marino.
I got Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders was nearly unstoppable too.
Deion Sanders was a great CB.
Oh yeah, Deion.
Michael Irvin. There was a lot of good players in the 90s.
Emmitt Smith.
Where does Aaron Rodgers fit in there? Where does
probably top 10ish. To be honest, though, I think.
I'm surprised you said that because a lot of people always think that you're never going to give Aaron Rodgers credit.
I mean, I probably have him like maybe 10th. I still think he's the most overrated QB of all time.
Oh, you think so?
All right.
I mean, he had 1 ring to show for it, and he had the best team. Last 2 years, he had the best team in the league. Do you agree?
That's a good
one. He had a good team, and he can't beat Jimmy Garoppolo. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Jimmy, yeah.
All you need to do is score 13 points, and you couldn't do that. I think Aaron Rodgers is the LeBron of the NFL. He always has excuses. He never takes accountability. He had the best. He had the best team last year to win it all, and he couldn't do it. 2 years in a row.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yo, Ryan brought up something good. He said Randy Moss, he always thought was better than Jerry Rice, but Jerry Rice has the better legacy.
I mean, you can make a case.
Jerry Rice.
Well, they should have won that Super Bowl though in 2007 against the Giants. That was. I kind of feel bad for Randy Moss because that was probably the best team of all time.
What about Chad Ochocinco? Crazy ass Ochocinco. Yo, some of these wide receivers are crazy, man.
Ooh, wow. Wide receiver?
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to think about that one, yo. I really got to think about that one.
Well, what are we basing on? Are we basing it on legacy or stats, or because if you're going by longevity,
well, you going? Was it all the above? Like,
yeah, give me your top three. Give me your top 3 wide receivers.
So I probably go Jerry Rice. Uh, Jerry Rice would be number one. Number two, you can make a case. I think Terrell Owens is up there too.
Man, Owens, really?
I mean, you can make a case he's up there though, but I'd probably give it to Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens, Larry Fitzgerald, and Calvin Johnson.
So top three?
That's a good one.
Terrell Owens, yeah, or top. Terrell Owens is probably top five for me.
Wow.
Michael Irvin. Ryan said can't forget Michael Irvin.
I mean, the thing with Michael Irvin though, he didn't have the stats that these other guys have though.
Well, he put in the work though.
Oh
Yeah, he's definitely a top 10 QB, but he didn't have like that many amazing seasons though compared to other like receivers.
He's underachieved basically.
Hey, yo, what y'all think about Floyd Mayweather and perhaps coming back for an exhibition against?
Dude,
Oh, I didn't watch
I don't
it.
even want to talk about that. Dude. I'm done with Floyd.
It's like when Mike Tyson can't fight Roy Jones and Snoop Dogg was
Did
also
you see that last fight with Logan Paul and him?
What happened?
The fight between Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather. Did you watch that?
No, I did not watch that.
You did the right thing. You made a right choice by not watching that.
What happened? Was
That,
it
dude,
fast?
that was the most garbage fight I've ever seen.
Wow. And you know Mayweather got a big prize ego, man.
Dude, especially if it's a real fight, I might tune in. If it's exhibition, hell no. We know it's gonna be garbage if it's exhibition.
Yeah, and then Mayweather's gonna be talking about he
Like-
the greatest.
So out of all the athletes in any sport, who's by far the most overrated guy?
Floyd Mayweather to me.
Even though he's undefeated.
Dude, he handpicked his opponents. So that's the thing. In NFL, NBA, you play whoever's the best. You don't get to choose who you want to play.
Well, that's true.
Floyd handpicked his opponents. Some of them he should have lost, and then a lot of times he had judges in his pockets too.
This is WWE now, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you say so, yeah. A lot of those judges, he should have lost some of those fights.
Yo, it's just like WWE, man.
Who's the most overrated athlete for you, Jay?
Of all sports? Of all sports right now?
Of all sports. Just in general, when I say the word overrated, what sports star come to mind for you?
Oh, that's a hard one, bro. I gotta think about that, man.
Untitled too. I'll tell you one difference between Floyd Mayweather and LeBron. At least with LeBron, there was a point in his career where he was the best player in the league. For Floyd Mayweather, I don't think he was ever the best boxer in his weight class. I think Manny Pacquiao.
But that's the thing. Mayweather also he did right. He did choose his fights, but he could use his record and say like,
yeah, but competition matters though. Who you play.
But how could LeBron get over him when LeBron joins his competition?
No, but the thing with LeBron though, there was for me. I don't know about you guys. For me, there was a point in time where LeBron was the best player in the NBA.
Cleveland. You're talking about Cleveland. Because this is when a lot of people started liking LeBron when he was in Cleveland.
For Floyd Mayweather, Floyd was never the best to me. I think Manny Pacquiao was always better than him.
Mayweather, I probably agree with you. He's probably overhyped because
Manny Pacquiao should have won the last fight.
Yeah, I saw that fight. A lot of people paid like $50 for that fight.
I watched it free at a bar, so
I see people pay for that shit. I didn't pay for it. I saw that other people pay.
I watched it free at a bar, so I got to see that fight for free.
Prince, it's the same thing what Holyfield did with Mike Tyson. He kept on hugging him.
Yeah, all Floyd did was hug Manny Pacquiao. He didn't get no points deducted. The referees didn't even back off it.
That's the same thing Holyfield did with Tyson.
Hey, Prince, do you remember that fight with Medina, the first fight?
Yeah.
He should have lost that fight. Medina busted his head wide open. He was bleeding, and you even heard Floyd saying, "I can't see," and Medina somehow won that fight.
Yo, the biggest Floyd fight that I did with the robbery was the whole Luis Castillo fight. Watch that fight Floyd was just a punching bag for 12 rounds. He didn't throw no punches. If you watched that fight in its entirety, you would have known that Floyd lost. You would have even think that the judges was going to give Floyd the fight. He got beat
Or
up.
even not even that, even the fight against De La Hoya. He should have lost that fight too. I could name you a bunch of fights he should have lost.
Then what happened? What, the judge back pocket for all these fights too?
Probably. I know the Medina fight because I remember that clear. Will I paid for that fight, and the guy was bleeding from his eye. He's telling his trainer, "I can't see," and he still somehow won the fight. If you bust a guy wide open, you should win that fight.
I don't know what one thing with Mayweather, he tried to avoid getting hit.
Like how are you gonna? He made Floyd Mayweather bleed from his eye, and he still lost. Are you kidding me?
So who got them? Then Mayweather got more hits on him. He basically say he had more hits on Mayweather.
Yeah, Medina had more hits.
Well,
Floyd was just play. That's another thing. Floyd just plays defense. He's not a striker too. He's more of a defense guy. So that's why he doesn't get knocked out as much.
Yeah, Mayweather will let you come to him. He won't come to you. Because back in the days, it was like, Roy Jones or Mike Tyson would just come directly at you.
I seen Floyd Mayweather hop step run around the ring in a circular motion.
Wait, Jaron, did you watch that fight against Logan Paul?
I don't think I did.
And that was like, he runs and fights.
Jaron, did you watch? Did you watch a fight against Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather?
I seen that. It was just like,
oh my god, that's not boxing. That's like, I don't know. I don't even know what to call that.
Well, might as well call it WWE, man, because WWE does the same thing and put these guys in the ring for show, man.
Wait, Floyd, do you watch not Logan Paul, who the other brother? What's the brother's name? Jake Paul. Do you watch those Jake Paul fights or no?
Nah, I ain't watched no Jake Paul fight. I ain't seen none of them.
He's another one of those fake boxers that like fights nobodies, and people think he's all that. Like, you haven't fought any real professional boxer, so how are you gonna say you're a professional when you haven't faced a professional?
These guys' egos are up, and they figure they get paid $107 million.
Ryan, that's a good point. Shane Mosley in his prime, he would have probably beat Floyd because he almost knocked Floyd out of his prime. Remember that punch that he hit Floyd with? Floyd knees buckled and he almost got knocked out. Shane Mosley almost knocked Floyd out. Y'all didn't see that fight. Shane Mosley almost knocked Floyd out, and he was old past his prime.
That's embarrassing.
I saw that fight. He should have gave Oscar a rematch because Oscar was always asking for a rematch. Because if it's
Floyd ain't gonna do it.
Some people think Floyd won, some people think Oscar won. You should have gave that guy a rematch. You should give Manny a rematch because some people still think Manny won.
Well, now Manny's they're both completely washed. I don't want to see that.
They're out of their prime. They're old. It's just gonna be another Roy Jones Tyson fight.
Yeah, they waited too long, man.
Or we should have seen what's it called, Mayweather versus Paul Williams too.
Oh, that would have been something. Paul Williams had them long arms. That'd have been the challenge.
If you got
that's another thing about Floyd,
like Lewis, man, just hitting you with
at least with the NBA, you can't duck anyone. You have to face them no matter what. You fight who's in front of you. Floyd, he ducked so many guys, dude. Like, how can you use his record as something when he ducked guys? He handpicked who he wanted to fight.
Yo, Chi-Town, that's going on right now as we speak. Look at Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence.
There's a reason why we don't pick Bill Russell as a goal. Bill Russell didn't play that competition. He didn't play real competition. That's why we don't have Bill Russell as a goal.
He was in the league when you have only 8 teams, and he played with 8 Hall of Famers.
On top of that, too, you had segregation.
Yeah, way more Hall of Famers than Jordan and LeBron.
They didn't allow all black men in the league, too. That's another thing. There was segregation that time.
Yeah, they want to bring that up too. The time and the era.
I mean, he's still a legend. He's a Hall of Famer. You gotta give him respect, but you can't make what's it called? Just because of your record, just because you have a bunch of rings, that doesn't mean your competition matters too.
What he went up against freaking the Lakers, all of that too. So Lakers
Yeah,
was
but he basically had the first super team though. He had like 6, 7 Hall of Famers on his team.
yeah, that was the
He had 8, but hold on. He had 8, but it wasn't a super team because that wasn't his fault. Those guys was all drafted on that Celtic team. There wasn't that much talent to go.
Yeah, but
But
another
listen,
thing too, there was no free
they
agency
were
that time.
drafted to the team.
There was no free agency that time either. So you basically had the same team every year. Like nowadays, you had free agency. Nowadays you have free agency, so you can't keep those guys. Yeah. So I think competition is a big factor when
Yeah,
you're.
he went to the finals for 12 times. And we're talking about LeBron went there 10 times. Bill Russell went there 12 times.
Yeah. But that's like me, you, and Jay all being on the same team. We get drafted and we just happen to develop to be great. If we come great, then we come great. That's not a cheating code because we had to go through the ranks.
No. I'm just saying though, you had the same team.
But Bill Russell didn't cheat, man. He didn't cheat like LeBron.
There was no free agency back then.
LeBron did the cheat code because he actually couldn't handle the damn pressure.
Oh yeah.
Went to damn Miami.
His only comp was Wilt Chamberlain, but Wilt Chamberlain was a better individual basketball player than Bill Russell.
Oh yeah, I agree.
And yeah, the only Hall of Famers he played was Will, and then I think he played Bill Russell and Elgin Baylor, and then he played Bob Pettit one year where he lost.
Yeah.
But like I said, there was no free agency back then, so you basically.
Now that too, if you think about it, the left championships Bill Russell have, he didn't constantly dominate on the finals because he has less MVPs. He doesn't have it equally like Michael Jordan. Jordan got 6 for 6.
What's it called? Well, they didn't have the MVP back then for finals, but then if you did have an MVP though,
that's why guys from the 50s, 60s, and 70s they got to get disqualified because that whole GOAT era thing didn't start really until the 80s. A lot of guys don't realize that because everybody was competing for a three-peat. The first guy to get the three-peat was going to be called the GOAT, and you know who got it? Isaiah didn't get it.
Jordan did it twice.
Magic and Bird.
Jordan called the GOAT in '93.
Yeah, Jordan did it twice.
Oh yeah. Ooh, that's a good one. Do Jordan Bulls beat Shaq and Kobe Lakers? Do you think
they beat them before? Jordan Bulls
beat what year we're talking about? Both under primes or?
They beat them.
I think what's it called? Rodman lockdown. He's had it easy with Shaq though.
Yep, Shaq did say. Shaq said at the interview that Dennis Rodman gave him a lot of problems.
Yo, Ryan, what Bulls team are we talking about? Are we talking about with the early first three-peat, or are we talking about the second three-peat?
With Rodman?
Yeah, I think with Rodman, I think they beat the Lakers with
they did beat the Lakers. I did saw that game. Matter of fact, it was on YouTube.
Well, we're talking about playoffs, though.
I said Shaq could have been better if he decided to not to eat Big Macs.
Well, it would have happened. How you would have stopped Jordan and them? How you would have stopped Jordan?
Yeah, man. Shaq was eating on Big Macs like crazy.
And that's what him and Kobe got into it because he went out of shape.
Oh, and other people need to realize too. Shaq never won in the '90s. I think he got swept 4 times.
Olajuwon and Jordan got all the championships.
Even Carmelo and John Stockton swept them too, and he had Kobe.
Yep, because Hakeem Olajuwon and Jordan won the championships in the '90s, and that's till Jordan retired and the Bulls got broken up, and then Shaq and the Lakers and San Antonio Spurs all of them started winning championships.
Same with LeBron too. He couldn't win until the 2010s. In the 2000s, he didn't win any rings.
Well, they didn't mention that. The good old time to make the LeBron fans mention that.
If you remember 2009 and 2010, they were favorites over the Lakers. Everybody in the media said LeBron was going to win the championship.
Yeah, they had the best record in the league. They won
2009.
Yeah, they won 66 games.
That time Kobe was playing and.
No, but the Cavs had the better record, though. That's what people thought, that the Cavs were going to win a championship. Because I think Cavs won like over 60 games both years. They had a better record than the Lakers, but the Lakers were a team that prevailed.
And that means they didn't have this opportunity to go against Kobe in the finals, right?
Say that again.
Is that when LeBron missed opportunity to go to the finals?
Yeah, because you remember those Muppet commercials, right, Prince?
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
The Muppet Shack, the little puppets. I mean not the puppets. The puppet
Yeah, they
I
hyped that
remember
up
those.
because everyone thought it was for sure they were going to make the finals, but then for some reason they couldn't get past the Magic, where the Magic only had basically one superstar on the team.
Oh man! Oh shit!
And
Damn!
another thing, people bring up his stats, but that's the thing though. They purposely did that though. They let him get those numbers because they didn't want to get anyone else fired. That was the Orlando Magic game plan. They said let LeBron get his and take away everything from his teammates.
Wow!
Ooh, oh yeah.
And then the Boston series, that's another series where I don't know what happened to LeBron.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, you see, you brought up another thing that he like. Because I don't know who's gonna bring that up, but that's a good one. I just forgot about that.
Wait, what year? What you talking about?
And in 2011, he was favored against the Mavs too, and he still came up short.
Oh yeah, yo, definitely. That was the big three. That's the not one.
Like 3 years in a row, you're favored to win a series, and you can't win. Because people don't realize they always use the LeBron was never favored in finals. There's a reason why he wasn't favored because all those other years he was favored and he couldn't win.
Were they gonna say that he had no help? That's what I kept hearing. We kept hearing that for years. He had no help.
And yo, and the funny part is he had problems closing, Shy. Remember 2008 when they played against the Celtics? They pushed that to 7 games. It came down to the wire basically. LeBron James couldn't close out the game. Paul Pierce closed out the game. He hit his free throws. He hit timely shots to put the Cavs away. It all came down to execution. And Paul Pierce outplayed LeBron James in 2008.
Well, the game that stands out was the game 1. LeBron played there. Big Z outscored LeBron game 1.
Yeah, because LeBron they have that killer mentality. They have that killer in them.
Oh yeah, yeah, that is true. LeBron did left Miami because Pat Riley wouldn't give him the power.
Yup.
Well, no, he left Miami because he saw Dwayne Wade was aging. He saw Chris Bosh was aging, and he had blood clots eventually. So he knew that team was aging.
Yeah, and then Pat Riley would not let him do whatever he wants.
And on top of that, too, Miami had no more cap space, so they couldn't get any more players.
Oh yeah. What up, my man? Who's this?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh, who's this? What city you calling from, brother?
Hello?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, what's up, my brother?
I'm chilling, man. What about you?
Hey, just hanging in there, man. We talking sports, you know, but talking about, early years with LeBron and all this other stuff and championships.
And the Lakers next season, man, somebody gonna have another super team.
Oh yeah. Well, according to Magic, that big three going to be back. I mean, so they're just going to have to learn how to play with each other. You know,
you can't just up and leave after you just sign this deal.
Yeah, that's the thing, Ryan. I liked it that the early version of the Cavs version of LeBron, the early one. I liked it.
Same here. Same here.
It was less drama. It wasn't none of that nonsense, man. The minute he left the Cavs, his career just went different. You know, it just went a different route, man. And he didn't even have to go to Miami. If he was going to leave the Cavaliers, you could have went to the Bulls. The Bulls had all the great pieces for if you're a superstar that you could help them win. They had second options, third options. You know, that was the rise of.
Oh, I think he lagged out.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know what he's talking about, bro. LeBron's the GOAT.
What?
LeBron's the GOAT.
How is he the GOAT?
I mean, he's just better than Jordan.
How?
At every facet of basketball, he's better than Jordan.
You have to break it down.
I just said everything. Like, literally, he's better than Michael Jordan at everything.
Like, be specific.
Be specific. You cannot just say he's better when we just talking about what did he do that made him the GOAT?
Come back from 3-1.
Oh, that team again with the whole thing with the Golden State?
You
But
mean
he
when
got
Draymond got
Bro,
suspended?
I'm fucking with you. Hell no, LeBron's about to go. I'm fucking with you. LeBron's the most overrated player in NBA history. It's not even close.
Oh yeah, we were just saying he was good when he was in Cleveland. I'll give him that. When he made that move to go to Miami, everything just changed with him. The way
Because
he
he
played
ran.
the game.
Yeah, Cleveland Brown was tough.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. Just like nobody hating. We just critiquing the game. You know what I mean? I just told him like, yo, I was telling dudes that I was like, yo, LeBron should
I'm
have
not even.
built with the team or did a few trades, and he probably would have made it into the finals or got more rings and did more stuff. But I think when he made that move to Miami, it's just like, come on, bro.
Well, like I said though, in 2009, 2010, he was favored to go to the finals. He was favored to meet Kobe Bryant, and he couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
Like you had a 60. They were up. Like people use this narrative that he had bums. First of all, you can't win 60 games if you have bums.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly.
You
That
can't
is a
just win. Like it's not one person.
yeah, they
It's a
literally like
team.
he did. Yeah. They make it look like he did everything. That's not true. His team contributed to making all those times he made it to the finals. Like they make it look like LeBron's the only one that went to the finals by himself.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, he got one championship in Cleveland. I mean, come on. He didn't even three-peat.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying. Yeah, there were 60s. He didn't. For some reason, there's this narrative used that he had a bunch of bums. It's just people
Yeah,
make.
Kyrie was a bum. Kevin Love was a bum, I guess. Like,
Yeah, that's what they did. They used the Kevin Love was a bum, which is just false narratives, and they
yeah,
just
when you
want to
check
spin
out
the
his
agenda.
numbers and what he was doing, he
They just
had
want to
pretty
spin
high.
the agenda. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, like I said, what is happening now is all fabricated to boost up their ratings. I came to the conclusion they're trying to boost up their ratings because I heard their ratings went down tremendously. I think after Kobe and then a lot of great players, Kobe, Iverson, all these guys was leaving. They said the ratings was not as high as it once was. So I'm thinking this whole thing is probably fabricated. I don't know if you agree, but I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah. Wait, what happened to Prince? Did he lag out or something?
He's in the Philippines, so he usually has issues with connections half the time. But he's supposed to be back later this month anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Hold on.
yeah.
Give me 1 second. No, because that was one of my friends who wanted to join. He was the one who was just in the chat, but then he's saying that he needs to get let in.
Oh, it's Prince.
Yeah.
Prince have to send in the link.
Yeah. No, he
Yeah.
has a link. Prince just has to allow him to get on the StreamYard, but Prince is in here.
Oh, okay. Then it's probably Prince's connection. You seen it, shot. I happened several times.
Oh, he's back.
I'm back. I had a
What
little
was he talking?
problem. Yeah, I
Yeah,
had a
I
little
was
problem.
telling Shot Time that.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of my friend. Oh, right here. He's in.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I had a little problem coming in, man. My my device died. It wasn't even the Wi-Fi. It was the my
Oh,
laptop starting
battery.
to die out. Yeah. So, oh man, somebody else want to come in, but yo, we about to be up out of here, man, because this laptop is about to die out. So
Oh, wait, you charge it now?
yeah, I'm charging it now, but it's still acting up. You know how it still gets hot while you charging it sometimes,
Yeah, I
Oh
get it.
yeah.
and so I got to go and do some. I got to go and
Sure.
train some people to play basketball. I'm teaching them. I'm running some drills with them. I'm teaching them
Oh,
how
you
to
gonna
play
drop
basketball.
50? You gonna drop 50 today, Prince?
Nah, I'm the coach, man. I'm just teaching them how to play basketball. So you know.
Oh, yeah, Prince gonna go off the foul line like Jordan, man. And then off the foul line. All these guys
Word,
not gonna drop, bro.
word. Hey, yo, brother, we about to be out. I'm sorry we you came in a little too late, but we about to end this live stream off right now. I got to go and do some training. I got to
Yeah, I got a question
teach
for you.
teach these cats. What's good, brother?
I got a question for you. Where do you stay at, man? It's pretty light out there. It's pretty dark
Oh,
over here.
Yeah, man. I stay in multiple places. I live in Los Angeles. I'm from New York, so I go back to New York sometimes. And overseas, I'm in the Philippines right now. So I got three locations that I'm
Gotcha.
mainly at. You know, so I have
You,
places in all three of those locations. So,
you should pull up to Chicago, bro.
oh hey man, if business opportunity presents itself, I definitely go to Chicago. No
Yeah, you
question.
might just if you bump into Isaiah Thomas, man, let's put it into him, Prince. Let's put it to Isaiah Thomas, man.
Word.
Yeah, Isaiah, see your statues out here, bro.
Word, man. Yo, Zay, aren't you from Chicago? Where your statue at?
I'm from 63rd.
You see, Isaiah Thomas
Oh, he
got
said I'm from 63rd. Vaughn, baby. Yeah, man. R.I.P. to
you
King Vaughn, man. So,
yeah.
Nah, King Von from O Block.
yeah, I know he's from O Block,
So
but
he's
he
from
always say that
65th.
in his raps that he not from 63rd. So whenever you hear that, I think of King. Whenever somebody say that, I think of King Vaughn though, because he says that
Hey,
in his
one
rap.
quick question: top five Chicago rappers all time.
Top 5 Chicago rappers. Woo. Okay, I'm gonna easily go with Common.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Common.
Common number one. I'm gonna have to put him number 2 just because he got the musical content. Kanye West. I mean, Kanye got classics.
Yeah, even though it's
Um,
going crazy, but you can't deny his music.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
gotta pick King Von at 3 because he's a king of drill rap.
Mm-hmm.
He basically he got that popping. You know, who else? 3 and 4.
Don't
Hmm.
put the mumble rappers, Prince. Don't try to put the mumble rappers,
Oh
man.
nah, I don't do those mumble rap. 3 and 4. Hmm. Oh, Lupe Fiasco is number
Oh
4.
yeah, he's good too. He's good.
Yeah, he's number
What
4.
about Chief Keef?
Nah, I don't rock with Chief Keef. I don't rock.
What about Lil
I'm gonna
Durk?
go with Twister at number 5.
Lil Durk?
Okay.
The Lil Durk?
Nah, I don't like Little Dirk neither, man. I don't like none of them dudes like that, really. Too. Only dude
Yo,
that
as long as not mumble rappers, man, I'm good, man, with the list.
yeah, man.
As
So
long
I'm
as
gonna
not mumble rappers,
What's
man.
your what's your thoughts on NBA YoungBoy?
I don't even rock with him that much, man. I don't listen to NBA YoungBoy that much. Those are some
Bro, you
talking
got
about
to,
some
bro.
new
He's the
heads.
goat.
Huh?
He's the best rapper I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, son. I gotta pass on that, man. I'm more old school than you, so I respect the fact that you young, and you rep
Nah, I
your
mean
new
I probably
generation.
put I used to
But
say Kanye, but I'm like, nah, bro. YoungBoy got it, bro. He really the
nah,
goat.
I don't think neither one of them guys to go. I'm going with Nas. But
It's hard, though. It's hard though. When it comes to this hip hop thing, it's hard, bro.
I
It's too
have to
many
go with
people.
Tupac.
It's
Tupac is
hard.
number 2. I
It's
got
Tupac
hard.
Nas
is
at
better than
number 1.
YoungBoy.
You got
Tupac
I,
is better than
Rakim, you
YoungBoy.
got Big
I think
Daddy Kane,
I
you
think
got
Mobb
Big
Deep is
Pun.
underrated. I think Mobb Deep's probably the most underrated.
oh
Oh, they're
hell
good
yeah,
too. They're
Prodigy,
good.
baby.
I got them on my phone. I
Oh
got
yeah,
Mobb Deep on my phone.
word. But yo, let me get up out of here, man. And we this is another topic we could talk about for another whole hour. So
Yeah, man.
let me get out
All
of
right, bro.
Cats, man. All right, y'all be easy where y'all at, man.
Yep.
All right,
All
little
right,
bro.
all right, peace.
All right, little bro.
All right, peace.